So what qualities does it take to be a good CIO?
Well, I think nowadays most of it is ensuring that you are a business leader and fully engaged with the business and trying to take your business forward, rather than perhaps it might have been a few years ago where it was more about technology and infrastructure. So I think the main thing for me is to be seen to be a partner, and I do mean a partner in its fullest sense, with the business and trying to achieve the business objectives, and being seen to be someone that they want to come and talk to because they know you'll help them and they know you'll find solutions for them.
What do you feel has been your biggest challenge so far?
Well, I think my biggest challenge is I work in the university sector. The university sector's changed significantly in the last couple of years. It's becoming more diverse, controls are coming off, students are becoming more careful about where they go, and they're becoming more demanding, as you might be if you're spending a significant amount of money on your degree. So we're coming under a significant amount of pressure in terms of the challenges we face, the level of service that we have to deliver, but also the diversity in our marketplace. We're under threat from international competition, under threat from private universities. So all universities in the UK are having to seriously step up their game, and obviously IT forms a massive part of that. But it's a very unknown future. Trying to predict where we're trying to be and where we want to be the best is quite hard work. So I think that's my biggest challenge.
What do you consider to be your biggest achievement?
Well, actually, I think my biggest achievement was this year, where I was asked to lead on developing our corporate plan. So not the IT strategy, but the actual corporate plan for the university. So with a number of colleagues, we ran a significant number of workshops with lots of staff across the university. We developed a brand new corporate plan that takes the university for 2020, and I was a major contributor to driving that corporate plan forward. And that corporate plan has now fundamentally changed the way the university is operating. We've done structural change to support it, investment has changed to support it. So I was involved in the building of the plan, but I've seen the impact that having that plan has delivered on the organisation. So I'm quite proud of that.
Yes. And what's your next big goal professionally?
Interestingly, I think my next big goal professionally is I love my job and I love what I'm doing, so I don't particularly have a professional goal in terms of progressing career-wise. I just love what we do. It's the sweet spot in terms of being involved with the business, but also being involved with how you can use technology to support the business. So most of my activity now is about things like supporting other bodies, like I'm a school governor. I've been doing some work with some other agencies. I've been doing some work advising some third parties about IT, and that isn't about being paid or money. I'm doing that because I just want to start contributing back to the community in a stronger way. So maybe that comes with age rather than anything else.
And what's the most useful piece of careers advice you've ever received?
Well, interestingly, I think one of the most useful career advice pieces I had was no surprises and to communicate. And what I've found is, as an IT department, often people will complain about IT departments because there's always something that's not quite right. But if we make sure people know what's going on, make sure people know if we have an issue that we know we've got an issue, and keep communicating what we're doing about it. What I've found, what amazes me, is we get emails and telephone calls of support rather than frustration, because people realise you're trying to do your best and you're trying to resolve the situation. So for me, that made a fundamental difference, because your whole department's perception can change just by being clear with people about what's going on.
And what careers advice would you pass on to others then?
I think I'd go back to the point I made before. Be fully engaged with the business. Your job as an IT organisation is about supporting a business. It's what we're about, and if you can do that right. I now find that I've got colleagues in the business that I work in that are very supportive of the IT department, because we know that we're very supportive of them, and you get this coming together of minds that's just very powerful. And if it's about progressing your career, you can progress your career through people just knowing that you care passionately about what they're trying to do, and it just naturally comes with that. It's quite a powerful way of working.
And how do you think the CIO role is changing?
Well, I think it's becoming much more about the business and the business engagement, which I think I've already referred to. It's becoming much more an advisory body. So with things like cloud technologies and the fact that lots of organisations don't necessarily do things internally themselves, most of us are operating where we've got things that we're doing internally, services we're getting from other providers such as cloud providers. So we're really advisors to the business about how to do stuff where we may not actually be doing it, which clearly a few years ago we'd be doing it. So I think I'm a consultant, an advisor and a business partner trying to find the right solution irrespective of where that thing comes from.
And what's the best route into the CIO role today?
Well, that's an interesting question. Most of the people that seem to progress well within organisations that I've worked in and the organisation I work in now, they come in as service desk technicians, and what they do is they come in with technical skill, but they come in with strong values and behaviours, passion for improvement, and that just naturally moves you through an organisation. And you almost, if you've got those attributes, if you are passionate about customer service and passionate about doing the right thing, your career almost just happens to you. So I don't think it's about particularly how you join an organisation, it's about just you as an individual and how you contribute to that organisation, and you see that it's all about what you can contribute, and then things just move around you naturally.
Finally, is a technical background necessary?
Probably not. So I joined an IT organisation for the first time in 2006. I did have a technical background, but I didn't have a background in IT service. I didn't have a background in hardware infrastructure, network infrastructure. Some of my colleagues may think I should know some more than I do, maybe. But it's about joining together business and technology experts and technology services. You don't have to be a technology expert to do that. You just have to be good at trying to join things together and work and navigating paths through things. I've got lots of very clever people who work for me. I just have to be able to ask questions. I don't need to know the stuff in that much detail, thankfully.